Focusing.
That coffee good?
Yep. Too much caffeine.
Can you have too much caffeine? I guess.
No.
I guess you could. but the answer, the correct answer is no. Yeah. So we're hiking the Appalachian Trail this year. Yay! Our friends and family knew for the past year and a half, 2 years, but it's finally out there in the world. I did post it on my Instagram the other day. If you want to take a look at our gear layout situation, that's our announcement photo. Yep. But you can check it out here at my Instagram on @KatieVillarica. And we also decided that we're going to try to vlog it. So we're going to post all our AT vlogs on this channel. If you want to subscribe, and what are the other two things?
Favorite.
I don't think there's a favorite.
Notification bell?
A notification bell, that's
the one.
See, we're very new to this, okay? So subscribe, hit the notification bell, and maybe like this video and future videos. If you want to keep following along on our journey, that would be dope. We'd really appreciate it.
Snappy chats?
I don't think we're going to do snappy chats.
No.
Instagrams. The gram.
IG?
Yeah, IG. That's going to be where I put all my photography photos on. So I love photography and I'm bringing my camera and that's my favorite thing to do. So I'd also really appreciate it if you followed on Instagram. That said, for this video, I think we owe it to you guys to say kind of why we're going to do this.
We owe it. We owe it to the community. Explain yourself.
We must explain ourselves. We don't owe you anything. But yeah, no. We figured that we should explain why we decided to hike the AT. Because I feel like explaining why would be important in a way. Just put it out there.
Funsies?
Yeah. Well, number one, funsies. But the background story to hiking the AT is that we lived in New York City for the past 5+ years. We were working in the hospitals. We are both clinical lab technologists, so we are healthcare professionals. So the past 2 years have been pretty rough. I mean, we love living in New York City. There's everything there and there's no place like it, for real. But I think once 2020 hit and working in healthcare and still having to work through the entire thing during this crazy, uneasy time, we actually ended up experiencing burnout, and I don't think we both caught that at first, but eventually it started manifesting itself, and showing itself in various ways. And we sat down and talked about it. We were like, oh, well, what should we prioritize? Especially after seeing personal tragedy and also obviously tragedy in New York City during the beginning of the pandemic. It really got us thinking about what do we want out of life and how do we want to go about life, We have a really stable life. Even still now, we quit our jobs. But I think we dream pretty big, the two of us. I mean, everyone dreams big, I think, but I feel like sometimes it eats at us. And I feel like especially Andrew, you're a very ambitious person.
I feel like whenever I get into something, I always look at the most grand.
Yeah.
I was oh, I was getting into running, right? It's oh, when should I start training for a marathon? It's not even oh, could try a 5K. No,
he went straight for the half marathon and he did it last weekend.
I try and so I compromised between 5K and marathon. Did the half.
13 miles is impressive.
No, but just,
for real.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's stuff like that, We were dreaming big, and it got us really thinking about how we want to live life. And we really do love our jobs. It's really nice to be working in a hospital and in a lab. I think we love our coworkers. And
Yeah.
we weren't like patient facing, but we do all the behind the scenes stuff. Like when you get your blood drawn and it goes to the lab, or you get like a nasal swab and it goes to the lab, that's us. And we really like our work. Like in the same breath, we're like, you know, we do the grind every day, and what do we do for ourselves, you know? Especially when we're experiencing burnout, it almost felt like you're just like in this pit and you're like, I can't get out. But in reality, we're like, oh, maybe we can like do this, you know? If we're both not happy here, maybe, you know, let's put 5 years into our current jobs, and then maybe we can move out of the city. But basically, why don't we use that opportunity to just pack up all our belongings and do the thru-hike, because that's just the perfect time, because we had to pack our stuff anyway to move out of the apartment. We just stored all of it in his parents' basement while we're here. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thank you.
We figured that this would be a really good opportunity to see, like, you know, after the hike, maybe we do want to be back in the city after spending all that time in nature for like 6 months. Or maybe we want the complete opposite and we want more of it, so we can possibly move somewhere else. Or maybe travel a little bit afterwards, since we now have the time to do that, since we quit our jobs.
Having options.
Having options is really nice, and I think after, you know, working through that time and not having that much room to breathe, this is really good for us. Yeah, we just didn't really want to be held back by anything. We wanted to be able to freely choose what we wanted for our future, since we also just got married in October. So this is also a really good time to see how, you know, we want to move forth. And we didn't do a honeymoon or anything like that because we were going to hike the AT together.
Yeah.
So now to the reasons why we're hiking the AT, besides the burnout that I just talked about. We just really love hiking. We love being outside. We especially learned that during the pandemic. Once we were allowed to do more, once it calmed down a little bit in New York, we went to the Catskills like all the time. My family has had a house there since I was 8. So we just would go up there on the weekends. We would hike all day, basically, on the weekends, both days. It was an awesome time. And even before that, like, we would take vacations to like the Smokies or like New Hampshire just to do some hikes, and we loved it. I feel like it was just like a natural progression. Like we weren't too happy and we were like, let's do this thru-hike. Actually, Andrew was the one who like brought it up in a way. I was looking at YouTube videos about hiking and stuff because we were doing it so much, and like I just obviously hop onto YouTube like everyone does when you're really into something.
Yeah. And
I was watching hiking videos, and Andrew's like, man, you know, when I was younger, I thought it'd be cool to like hike the Appalachian Trail, because he was a wee Boy Scout. Actually, he's an Eagle Scout, but
oh, well, thank you for the free flex there.
For the flex, yeah. And I was like, Appalachian Trail. Like obviously, I know about the Appalachian Trail because being from New York, it goes through like Harriman and Bear Mountain, which are very popular places to go outdoors near the city. So I'm like, Appalachian Trail. Searched on YouTube, fell down that rabbit hole, started watching people's vlogs and people's gear videos and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, why don't we actually do it? And he was like, well, I was like, we can totally do it if we plan it for 2022. This was us talking like 2 years ago. Like if we plan for 2022, we can save up ample money to do this, to make it work. We have enough time to purchase our gear without just like, you know, dropping like thousands at one time to do it. And we could also like test out the gear and hone it in. 2 years to hone it in, which we thought would be good. So we made it happen. I mean,
yeah,
we're leaving soon, which is amazing. But we're super excited because being outside just I think is when we're the happiest, for sure. And sometimes it's like easy to forget if you have, especially if you haven't done it in a long time. Especially last year when I was planning our wedding, you know, it was kind of hard because a lot of my free time would go to wedding planning. But the times we did get to go outside, whether it be hiking or rock climbing, it was just like my favorite memories of that year, for sure.
Yeah.
So it always creates like the best memories in my mind. So I'm just really excited to hike the AT and be out there for months on end. And I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, especially like between the two of us. Like, I know like there are going to be days where I'm going to be like, oh my God, but it's going to be real cool. Like for me, this is something that I want to do because I want to prove to myself that I could do cool stuff that I want to do on my own time with no outside influence, no matter how big. And the AT, I feel like, is a pretty big goal. So,
Yeah.
You know, it's really cool to be able to have this opportunity. Like, we're so fortunate that we're able to do something like this or attempt to do something like this in our lifetime. And we get to do it together.
That's true.
That's going to be real nice because also in the past 5 years we worked different shifts, so it's going to be a really good time to like, you know, spend all this time together because you work the night shift, I work the day shift, so like on our daily lives we didn't get to spend too much time together. So this is going to be super, super nice. I'm really looking forward to it. In college we would spend like all our time together, but
I know, so it'll be a nice return to that, you know,
for sure.
Actual harmonious, you know, schedule.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Even when we were in quarantine.
Yeah.
And we spent all day together, like,
yeah.
It was just so nice. I really loved it. So now we have months of that, which is like sweet.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Or is there anything you want to add?
I mean, for me, it's just I definitely wanted to do a cool thing. I think there's probably a lot of like intangible things that, you know, happen along the way where it's like, oh, well, why do I want to hike this? Well, I don't know. It seems like there's a lot that you can get out of it, but I don't really know exactly what those things will be. But I mean, when people talk about it, it's like, oh, this is this, you know, it's absolutely this transformative experience, but it's like, really, what is that? And you don't really know until you do it, right? So
Yeah.
it's just the opportunity for growth is in itself, I think, reason enough, right?
Yeah, because at the same time, it's like maybe you won't be transformed in the way that you think you're going to be.
Or maybe not at all. You risk, you know, not having really anything happen to you, but like that's so hard to imagine because you're doing something so
Well, in any case,
so out of the ordinary. It's like, well, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, in any case, I mean, you come out with these like insane memories of doing
Right. You'd think.
the trail and being out there for so long and just roughing it. We're just really excited to go out real soon.
Yeah.
Man, it's happening. It's real. It's real. Ah.
It's real.
Yep. Well, guys, that's it for now. I'll see ya.
Prescribe.
Prescribe?
Prescribe.
Yeah, prescribe.
I'm not a doctor, but prescribe
But
to our channel.
Prescribe to our channel.
RX to our channel.
Your dosage is 1 blog a day. Oh, so bad! Okay. Anyways, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Like, transcribe, and
Prescribe,
yeah.
and save lives.
I am a scribe.
You are a scribe?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
You know what? Don't subscribe, overscribe. And keep scribing. Keep on scribing.
Keep scribing. Good advice. 10 out of 10 would recommend scribing.
I don't want no scribe. Scribe is a guy that can't get no love from me.
I don't want no sub.
I don't want no sub.
Oh no, we do want... Wait.
I don't want your sub.
I could go for a sub right now.
I could go for a sub.
I could, a Wawa sub?
Wawa?
Yeah.
Wawa, they're called hoagies, actually.